serious injuries.
All right, there he is. He's one of the world's top tennis players, but Novak Djokovic may be blocked from more major tournaments because the United States requires all foreign travelers to be vaccinated against COVID-19 for another couple months.
Unbelievable. Djokovic, who was already forced to miss the U.S. Open and Australian Open back in August, had this to say earlier.
I mean, look, if it is official, then it is. I mean, what can I do? Nothing. That's it. You know my position, so it is what it is. I'm hoping, but, you know, if I can't go, I can't go. That's it.
Fox and Friends weekend co-host Pete Hegseth joins us now to react. Pete?
Happy New Year to all of you. Listen, I mean, he's not going to take it. Why would he at this point? If he wants to enter the United States, I suggest he go to the southern border where he could cross and claim asylum. And he doesn't need a vaccine at this point. I mean, this is the lunacy of our policy right now. We're letting in tens of thousands of people in the southern border. Not only do we not who they are and why they're coming here, but they're certainly not vaccinated or boosted or there's no protocol there. They're just released into the United States. Yet if you're a non-citizen, we're extending this, let alone a young, healthy athlete who's made a choice about their body. And in light of all that we've learned since the COVID vaccines, I don't know if you guys saw Tucker last night. I don't know if it's been covered on this program here, but he had a cardiologist on last night that talked about something a lot of us have been seeing for a long time, that cardiac arrest in young, healthy athletes is up big time. There were 29 a year in European sports leagues before COVID. There have been 1,500 since, most of which have been fatal. There are side effects of the COVID vaccine that young males, especially boosted young males, are suffering from. The CDC acknowledges it a little bit, but they also try to put their thumb on the scale and make it sound like it's not a big deal. If you're young and healthy, you have no business getting this or needing to get it right now. Yet they're pushing it on non-citizens to play a sport for people that are healthy. This is because the left and the White House are COVID obsessed. I traveled in the middle of this year to Israel as someone. I don't talk about my vaccination status often. I've had COVID multiple times, but I got an exemption. I didn't get the vaccine. I was able to travel to Israel and do a film called The Life of Jesus, which is on our platform right now. And Israel had the most prominent COVID restrictions of really any country across the globe. But they realized that phase is over. It's time to open up to the world. For some reason, Joe Biden, this CDC, and the White House can't figure that out. And Djokovic is right. Don't bend to this stuff. It's just a game. Ultimately, your life is what matters a lot more.
Well, what he said is, if I can't go, I can't go. The good news is this particular provision is going to expire April 10th, and it sounds like he might miss Indian Wells and Miami.
I mean, expire on April 12th. I mean, 2 weeks to slow the spread. I mean, they tell us something's going to expire and then it doesn't expire. And then the science, the science is supposed to confirm or lead what we do or what we don't, and then we watch our politicians ignore that science. That's the problem here. There's guidance to be given on vaccines or other things in our health community today that people are now skeptical of because they put their finger on the scale and have ignored who's actually vulnerable to these things. And guys like Djokovic, guys like Kyrie Irving, who stood up on the issue of vaccines and said, I should be able to make a personal choice, or Aaron Rodgers, are demonized for that. But they're making their own health decisions. And I think that's what everyone has to do now, especially this far away. It's incredible. Right. It's insane.
But we are banning China because it's running rampant over here, so we're actually going to start screening them by a president they called the former president xenophobic.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
You know what? If you started this and you won't acknowledge it and you cover it up, and because of your policies it's spreading more, then you can have a targeted policy against a country that is perpetuating it. That's fine. That's not what this is.
Yeah, we just sort of warn you, China's very sensitive about the fact that they started this world pandemic. So just tread lightly. Thank you, Pete. Appreciate it.
I'm sensitive about a lot of things.
You are very sensitive. Coming up straight ahead, the House will once again attempt to elect a